Welcome everyone to this week's Colorscope. My name's Elizabeth Harper. My website is sealedwithlove.com, and this week I have a very special guest, my good friend Katsanis-Semel. Hi!
Hi!
Hi, Kat! Kat's website is
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's great to have you here. She looks so beautiful, doesn't she? So Kat's website is Car Transformations. So it's kind of a little ring on her name with that cat part of it, which is perfect. And of course her website tells you everything about who she is. She's an angel reader, angel messenger, angel therapist. She's a channeler and a healer. She does Reiki and all kinds of different things. And she lives in the New York City area, so you can catch her there. And you also do online things as well, don't you?
I do. All of my readings are actually through in-person, phone, or Skype. But I also do groups, and people can contact me online, so...
Perfect. All right then. So we've had a good giggle before we started, and we chose some colors. And so use your intuition to select one of the following 3 colors. So the colors are mauve, what was the other one? Turquoise and rose.
Turquoise!
So we have mauve, turquoise and rose. All right then. So use your intuition to select one of those. So we're going to start with mauve. Now, I was saying to Kat that, I had a feeling she was going to choose some kind of purple color because the name of her website has transformation in it, and transformation is a purple energy. But then she threw me off by saying mauve. Completely different. And so I feel with this that, and we were both saying that it's like, oh, we've had enough of this violet and transformation and everything else that goes with it. Let's have mauve. And it's so different. It's like it's a different energy. When you get this purpley violet energy, of course, it links with spiritual, your spiritual path and your journey and opening to something new. And it can be that you've been through a little bit of a difficult time. But with that mauve energy, when I think about it, I keep getting this blue sheen over it. And I feel almost as if you're taking a new path and you're looking in a new direction. And you're thinking, okay, well, this is a path I need to take. What do I need to do to get from A to B to get on that path? And I feel that mauve energy is opening a new door. But it's also a very old one because mauve links with an ancient old energy. So it's something that's very familiar to you. It may be something that you've wanted to do in this lifetime, or it could link to a previous lifetime as well. So there's opening a new door, and it's just, I feel so much light as I think about that. So once it's open, you're moving through, and I see all these flowers with that too, and the beautiful kind of pinky purpley flowers all around you. And so there could be a connection to flowers as you walk through this new door. Sweet. So I'm going to send you over to Kat, who chose mauve.
Thank you so much. That was extremely beautiful and insightful. Thank you, Elizabeth.
It's a pleasure.
So what I'm getting with mauve is there's a couple of things going on here. One is something that you touched on, which is, just to chime in, you have gone through a difficult time, and it feels like I'm getting the number 3. So it feels like for a few people who are watching, it's been a period of 3 months. So it's really the, end of the spring into the summer. May have been challenging and proven to give you some obstacles. But there are also a couple of you where the 3 actually represents a period of 3 years. And I'm actually getting that there's more of us where it's applicable to the 3-year period. So what I'm really getting here is stay your course. As Elizabeth also said, you're going in a new direction. This is very healthy and positive transformation, a time of change that's going to take your life into a really beautiful direction. But it's a little bit unusual. It may even feel eccentric or unpredictable because it's not purple, it's not violet. It's a color that's a little bit more unique, right? So we're going to stick with that energy. And if you feel like doing something a little bit different, a little unorthodox perhaps, it might be even eventually quitting your day job or putting your relationships in a more playful stance, something like that, that doesn't feel quite conforming or traditional in the way that you have been looking at things. go with that. I also am agreeing with what you said, particularly in relation to there being a past life piece here, and I'm particularly getting Northern Europe here. So it feels for about at least 5 of our listeners, which is interesting. 5 is also a number of transformation and alchemy, but for at least 5 of our listeners, there's a piece here about Northern Europe. So it might be Denmark, it could be Sweden, perhaps it's even Norway, maybe a Viking wife, maybe you're a Viking. But it's some really strong past life energy, and that sort of intense, steadfast, strong Northern European, I can get through the winter and come out on the other side, even better energy is going to help pull you through to the other side of completing this transformation. Obviously, no transformation is ever complete, and we're all in process, and it's a journey, but you're almost there to a very important segue. So keep going and pull on that past life energy to, again, help you move through to the other side. Brava, you're almost there.
And when we say other side, we don't mean you're passing on. Just moving to the other side of that door. Perfect, thank you.
That's probably an important clarification.
That's right. No moving on from here. Alright, so our next colour, Kat chose from my shirt. I've got my turquoise shirt on. I often wear this when I'm teaching because turquoise is a great colour to communicate. It's also a colour that comes between the heart and the throat, so it means that I can communicate new things and expand on the energy that I'm working with my heart and my throat. So what I'm passionate about, it helps me to bring those passions together and actually put them into words. Turquoise is a colour that you have to be a little bit careful with because you may not be accepted. So with a turquoise energy, it can say, and again, you know, often with these Colorscopes, there's a theme. And with this, it's saying that you're a little bit different and you're doing something that's different. You may be saying something that's different or creating something that's different because turquoise is a creativity color and teaching as well comes into that. So there may be a different sort of energy that's coming into your life and you might not be accepted by everybody. Not everyone's going to go with the flow with it. So that turquoise energy, when it comes to that place between your heart and your throat, it's saying be in your truth and just accept yourself in your own heart. And when you accept yourself in your own heart, you radiate the energy that will bring to you exactly the right people who will totally accept you, who will totally understand what you're talking about and what you're doing. So then that turquoise energy can glow and expand even more because this is a totally different kind of setting, vibration, wavelength, etc. Everything is just shifting in a new direction for you, but you have to accept it and allow yourself to go with it and stand out like a sore thumb in the crowd, which is actually perfect because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to hand it over to Kat and see what Kat has to say.
I love it. So just to continue on with the same theme, basically elaborating on it, what I'm hearing my guys say is that you're going to soon turn from being a sore thumb into being a sweet thumb. But it is important for you to use this turquoise energy to your advantage. And as Elizabeth eloquently put it, it is true. Sometimes it takes a little bit of chutzpah, a little rebellion, or as I like to put it, a little divine defiance to really stay in your truth and stay with yourself. Actually, just yesterday I was telling a client, it takes a lot of courage to stay loyal to yourself. So be sure to stay loyal to yourself and to your highest intentions. Don't sway. And then have some fun with it because, as Elizabeth said, soon you will attract others who will totally understand. And I'm also getting the number 6 here. 6 is a number of harmony and beauty and love. And so they're saying, you know, stay with the turquoise energy for it will put you into a place that in the near future will feel even more harmonious and easeful and graceful. So I'm rooting for you. I know you can do it and use that turquoise energy.
That's perfect because as you were speaking, yeah, I'm seeing little sparks all around. So I'm not fainting. Just the little sparks, which mean it's the truth, which is perfect. Thank you. Okay, so so our final colour is rose. Now, when Kat said mauve, for some reason, immediately my thoughts went to a name, Maud, and then it went to Rose. It's like old names, and I feel that that rose energy is connected to old, ancient grandmother, that kind of feeling to it. But roses, of course, can come in all kinds of different colours. So we say rose, and essentially we mean that rose colour of pink. But it can be a lot of other different colours. And just for this moment, imagine that you were a rose. What colour would you be? And there's that energy of, you know, whatever it is, the petals are opening up. And it's sort of, what kind of rose would you be? Would you have, what do they call, thorns on you? Would you not have thorns on? Would you have lots of leaves around? Would you be a double rose with lots and lots of petals? I remember doing flower readings many years ago, and somebody had a flower that didn't have a stem, and I held it in my hand, and this person connected, who was a healer, and he connected to lots of people, and all the petals related to all the people that he was going to heal and he was going to connect with. So I feel that with that rose energy, that, you know, rose has a lot of love in it, but this is about you giving. There's very much about you giving and having lots of people around you, and because it links to the past, it may link with your family members, and they don't have to be physical necessarily. They could be spiritual, could be in spirit, could be your guides, etc. But I feel that there's a need for you to figure out what colour rose you are right now, and then look at your petals and see how open you are. And then if you're really like a bud, to invite the light to come in to help you to expand and to blossom and to open up, and just so that you can be embraced, and, you know, people can get that lovely waft aroma of your rose energy and really appreciate your beauty. But you have to appreciate your own beauty first and allow yourself to blossom and love yourself first. Of course, that's always a good message, isn't it? So I'm going to hand you over to Kat, see what Kat has to say.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I have to tell you, this is so funny. I've been looking for a rose quartz stone that I misplaced the other day, and in listening to your message, I actually feel the energy of rose quartz all around me. So I feel that it's both rose and my misplaced rose quartz that you're transmitting to me energetically. So thank you.
Interesting.
You know, I knew it would turn up, but I didn't think it would turn up through your message. No. So thank you. So on that note, I'll say that when I was looking at my rose, and perhaps this is relevant for a few of our listeners, if not more than a few, I really saw yellow rose. It came through very strongly, a pale yellow rose. So again, for you, your rose color may be different. And what rose means to me when it comes through in the color yellow specifically is spiritual surrender. It's really about accepting what spirit, what life, what the universe is bringing to you, and graciously receiving it, which of course is hard, right? Because sometimes for me that means getting my own personal agendas and my own ego desires out of the way, at least temporarily, so that I can graciously accept and acknowledge what spirit and life in the universe really are giving to me and what I really need to learn from. So let's just take that all as a lesson. The other thing that was downloaded, which actually for me is unexpected and really interesting, is it reminded me of my friend Diana Rose, and her partner, Bob Dinga. Her name is Diana Rose, and her partner's name is Bob Dinga. And when you kept repeating Rose, I clearly heard in my right ear, Diana Rose. And they actually lead tours to Brazil, to the Casa, where a very profound healer named John of God does healings for hundreds, thousands of people every year. And so I'm actually getting that there's one listener, though this may apply to several listeners, who have a prominent S in their first name, it might even be Stephanie, who are feeling the urge, and please listen to that urge, the urge to perhaps travel to Brazil and to visit with John of God. I am feeling Archangel Raphael coming in, And I'm feeling the energy of physical healing here. So some of it has to do with spiritual surrender, to go back to what I was saying earlier. Spiritual surrender to a calling to travel for the sake of physical as well as emotional healing, to John of God, or perhaps to another healer. So I'm excited, and I wish you safe and pleasant journeys if you truly decide to take off for the journey. Happy adventure!
Now, as you speak about Raphael, of course, your energy field has gone green. So you've gotten all this kind of green coming in. Yeah, we just send the little purple bits going off on the side, but it's mostly green. So, yeah, interesting. Thank you. That was perfect.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for being a guest. That was fun.
And I assure you that John of God is not tipping me on the side. This is purely from spirit, guys.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me on the show. I feel honored to be a part of this. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. So do take a look at Kat's website, cardtransformations.com. You'll see it along the bottom. And do take a look at my website, sealedwithlove.com. Hope you've enjoyed it this week. Do join us next week. Lots of Coloriscious blessings to you. Bye. Bye, Kat.